What's up, everybody? Liv here. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well myself. Please go ahead and like and subscribe and share if you haven't already, in good faith that I will continue bringing you great content. Oh, and I'm just another YouTube personality, so take what I say with a grain of salt and do your own research, okay? All right, so listen, notice I put my name in there instead of 32 icon. You guys know my name now, so yeah, it works. But anyway, this video is going to be pretty long, so I want to go ahead and put timestamps in there for you guys, because some of you guys watch maybe 5 minutes. Some of you guys do watch the whole video, but for those with short attention spans, I'm going to go ahead and help you out with the timestamps. Thank you, everyone, for supporting the channel. I'm at 61K on the road to 100K, so feel free to share these videos. And we're going to get on with it. Listen. Today we are reviewing the Holosun Advanced Enclosed Micro Sight. Now listen, if you are new to the channel, I just give you a synopsis of the product and some features of it, and then I give you my overall experience with the optic. I don't get into all the granular details. I try to give you the bulk of the information to make an informed decision, but if you want to get into all the specifics, then you can go on Optics Planet, who sent this over. Thank you so much, Optics Planet. They've been supporting the channel for a very long time, and it's been quite a while since I've done a review from Optics Planet, but here we are. So thank you, Optics Planet, for sending this over. Listen, my code still works over there. Some of you guys have said that you used it, 32 icon for 5% off, and we're going to get into this review. Now, you guys know I have my little notes here just in case I forget something, so bear with me. All right, now, one other thing. I'm not going to be holding this up the entire video because it's heavy and it's distracting, but I'm going to let you know what I use the AEMS red dot on so that you'll have an idea of its performance. Okay, so real quick, in the state of Connecticut, this is considered an other. It is perfectly 100% legal to have it in this configuration. If it is not in this configuration in the state of Connecticut, it's considered illegal. So here we are. Now, in order for this to be a legal other, it has to have a barrel over the length of 12 inches, and it has to have a vertical foregrip. It has to have a brace, and the overall length has to be 26 inches or longer. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna go from tip to butt. All right, so the comp right here is a Hero comp, and it is pinned and welded to the barrel, making it over 13 inches long. The barrel is a ballistic advantage barrel. I have slate black scales on here, handguard scales. Comes with 3. This is also a slate black Industries vertical foregrip. The rail itself is a 2A armament rail. The upper is an Arrow M4E1 upper. The bolt carrier group is a bootleg bolt carrier group, so this is really good if you want to add a suppressor. Then you just adjust these keys in here so that you can get the right amount of pressure for your suppressor, but I'm not adding one on here because this is pinned and welded. What else? Battle arms development bolt catch. Okay, spikes lower. This is the waterboarding. Now, I know you guys are gonna think I'm corny, but I think I'm gonna paint this red with some nail polish. I know, because I couldn't find the red one. I couldn't find a red one, so I think I'm gonna paint it red, and it's safe to do. So I'm gonna do that. Anyway, this is the what are these? The Radian Ambi safety lever. It's at 45 degrees. And what else? The what trigger is this? It's the LaRue Tactical 2-stage bow tie trigger. Again, this firearm is empty. I should have done it earlier, but all my firearms are empty when I display them on camera. What is this? A BCM charging handle, which is Ambi. Mad Pull K2 Plus grip. I like the rubber texture. The lower parts kit in here is also spikes. I forgot to tell you that. The Gearhead Works Mod 2 brace. I think I have a spikes, buffer, tube, and spring. The spring is flat spring. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and I have like the Olight, what do you call it? Pad and light, yada, yada, yada. So that's that. I'll give you another look. Okay. There you go. Okay, because this video was already long. So I want to try to get into it. But so that I'm not holding up this other forever, I'm going to go ahead and take this optic off, and we're going to talk about the optic. So let me go ahead and move this out of the way. I hear chimes. You guys hear chimes in the background? The chimes are... Please don't fall. Okay. So if you hear chimes, ignore it. It's out there. But, okay, we're into the video. Now, again, Optic sent this over to me, so I'm going to get into the features of it, and then I'm going to tell you my overall experience with some pros and cons. All right, so let's get into the features of this red dot. It has a 2 MOA dot, a 65 MOA circle, and a 2 MOA dot and 65 MOA circle. Additionally, it has an enclosed design with clear front and rear lens covers, 50,000 hours of battery life if you use the dot only, but if you want to use the circle dot, it's about 20,000 hours of battery life. Okay, I mentioned earlier that it has 3 reticle options. It also has the solar failsafe and shake-awake technology. It has memory functions for brightness and reticle settings. It has 10 brightness settings, 2 night vision settings. It is 1.63 inches center height, so it has a lower 1/3 cold witness, solid 70-75 aluminum housing and mount, and it is parallax free with unlimited eye relief. So, listen. I know you guys love what I say. I'm like, listen, Linda. I loved it. Okay, I loved it. So I asked Optics Planet to send this over to me, and at first they didn't have it. I had to wait like I think like a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, and they got it in stock from Holosun. Look at that. And I loved it. Okay, it feels solid. It's very well made. And I like that the lens covers are clear. So when you shoot, you can leave the lens covers up and shoot it. Okay, and it's clear. You can see right through it. Absolutely right through it. Oh, look at that. It has a shake-awake technology, so after 10 minutes, it goes off. I think you can set it to go off sooner, like maybe the minimum of 1 minute up until 10 minutes or something like that. But I just left it on 10 minutes. So you adjust your brightness settings with these buttons right here. You have plus and minus. Of course, you have your windage and elevation controls. Now, going back to the lens covers, they're clear. So you can keep them up and look right through them. But one of the things that I do like about it, and you may or may not notice this when you're shooting, is that brass sometimes kick back. Sometimes you may have a malfunction. We have a stovepipe or something. But anyway, it never fails that the brass always tend to hit the glass of your optic. And so with these lens cover, they're almost sacrificial, whereas you can keep them up, and if brass hits it, then of course it's going to hit the glass, and you still have the glass of your reticle that's safe and scratch free. So I do like that. It felt really good under recoil. I tried to do some rapid shooting. One of the range officers came over to me and asked me to keep it down because this firearm is really loud with that comp on there. And so I felt bad for the people next to me. This is something that you shoot outdoors, not really indoors, but I planned on going to the outdoor range, but it rained. So I had to do this review indoors. Now, speaking of indoors, so you see the solar panel up here. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do this review outdoors, because I wanted to see how it works with the solar panel. But I'll show you in the video where I was shooting, and I actually took the side battery out and I shot it. And as soon as I took the battery out, the solar panel technology kicked in. And all I had to do was just brighten it a little bit to my standards, and it worked perfectly. I shot it like that for a little bit, and then I eventually just put the battery back in, just because I'll be the type of person that will lose it and then I'll go back to the range and it's not there. So I put it back in there, but it did work indoors with the solar panel. And of course I had lighting over me when I was shooting, so that also enforced the solar panel technology on that. The reticles are sharp, from the dot to the circle dot to the regular 65 MOA circle. They're all sharp. Now, if you have an astigmatism, which I know some people do, some people may not know that they do. So when they're shooting and they see the reticle, it's a little smeared or seems like there's a line going across, that typically means that you may have an astigmatism. But what I found is that with other optics or other brands of optics, the dot looks more starburst, right? I don't know if I have an astigmatism or not. It just looks starburst. But for whatever reason, when I do reviews on the Holosun optics, I never get that feeling. They always are very sharp. They're clear. I feel like I'm getting my money's worth. I feel like I'm not having to sacrifice in clarity for it. So I love that about the Holosun optics. And I don't know what type of technology they use when it comes to that, but it's always sharp. So I mentioned a lot of features. I mentioned a lot of things that I liked about it. So I'm going to get into some specific pros, and some of it may be things that I already talked about, but I just want to itemize the pros and then the cons and then an overall view, and then we're going to end this video. So the shake weight technology, again, you can set it to your preference, and so when you're not using it, you can save your battery. Although it has 50,000 hours of overall battery life, it's a very long time before you have to change the battery again, but you can set it to your preference. The solar panel technology, I love that. Not all optics have that, so Holosun has infused that into their optics. I love the fact that it has 3 reticles, circle, circle dot, and a regular circle. So if you want to shoot in close quarter combat range, you can do that. If you want to extend it out to 100, 200 yards with the crisp reticle, you can do that. The eye box on here, oh my gosh, I love the eye box on here. Even though it kind of looks like a mini mailbox. I know that sounds weird. It looks like a mini mailbox. Listen, the footprint is small, okay? The footprint is very small, but you have that square window. So let's just say you're using the dot. You have a lot of eye box. You have a lot of window, up, down, left, right. You just feel like you can see the object that you're shooting, and you can see your reticle displayed on the object that you're shooting. So I don't feel like my whole reticle covers whatever I'm shooting. I like to see what I'm shooting, and then I like to see my reticle transposed on that object. So with this eye box and eye relief, I feel like I'm getting a great sight picture of what I'm shooting, and I love that. Even if I were to transfer over and start using a circle or start using a circle dot, I still feel like there's a lot of eye box left where I can kind of see exactly what I'm shooting and have my reticle on that target. The other thing, the protective lens, again, we talked about that. So if you get some brass casing that hits the glass, these are sacrificial lenses, you know? So if the lenses get damaged, there's a little screw right here on each side. I'll show it to you. Where, you see the screws right there? You can take it off. So say if it cracks, you can take it off. I'm not sure if Holosun will replace them. I'm not sure if they have that system where you can call in and have them replaced, but I'm sure that is an option sometime down the road. Okay, one other thing. At a price of $3.99, again, you can use my code at OpticsPlanet for 5% off, but at a price of $3.99, I think it is a buy once, cry once type of optic. It's not going to break the bank. It's going to give you so much bang for your buck. I mean, I don't know if you guys do night vision shooting. I don't do night vision shooting at all, but if that's something that you do, you also have that available to you. Again, the optic is going to last a very long time. It has that aluminum housing, multiple reticles, solar panel. I mean, it's just, you have the side battery compartment. It's just a solid optic. Now, again, I don't know if I told you about this, but you see how Holosun is kind of recessed in there and it's all black. I'm glad they stopped using the white lettering on their optics, but just this clean, all black system that they have going on here just makes it look really good. Now, there is one con that I have to mention, and it is the proprietary footprint for the mount. So the good news is they send you a mount. That's the mount, okay? Down here. They send you a mount. It comes with it. But let's just say, depending on, you know, how you rest your head on your buttstock or your brace, it might be too low or it might be too high, and you might want to adjust it. Right now, there isn't any aftermarket mounts that will attach to this proprietary system. So that's the only con that I have. I'm hoping that Holosun will work with other aftermarket companies and develop something that we can definitely put on here to adjust, because everyone is different. But again, this is about a 1/3 co-witness, but you may not want that, or it depends on the firearm that you're putting it on. You could put it on the PCC, you could put it on a traditional rifle. I don't know how you want to use it, but I would like to have had options coming out the gate when purchasing this. But again, they didn't leave us hanging. They gave us a mount to go with it. So I think that's it on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being, are you crazy? I'll never buy that. To 10 being, shut up and take my money. I think I'm at a 9.5. I love this optic. I think I'm going to keep it on my other, because it just worked really well having it up here. So I think that's where it's gonna live. And I'm so happy that OpticsPlanet sent this over. And listen, if you own one, let me know. If you're in the process of looking for a good, solid option, I'm telling you, Holosun has come a long way. They have really changed the game, and they are making everyone else meet their standards. I definitely would trust Holosun products with my life, and I have some on my handguns. This is definitely going on my other, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I've been a fan for a long time, and I'm here for it. So you guys let me know what you think about the Holosun AEMS, the Advanced Enclosed Microsight, and put it down in the comments. If I forgot something, listen, let me know. Do your own research. This is just general information for you. And that's it. I love it. So thank you, OpticsPlanet, for sending this over. Don't forget to use my code 32 icon for your 5% off. And that's it. Be kind to one another, and I will see you in the next video.